Welcome, one and all, to the Best in Jest, with your two hosts, the man who has a squatter secretly living in his attic, Professor Lando, and the man who is the first in the world to use the term Discord kitten, Commander Connor.
Wait, that's who I was messaging?
We're like pen
That
pals.
was you?
Yeah. Hey.
This one's for the wicked, there's no time for rest.
Now is the time that we put to the test. Who is the best in jest?
Oh, man.
Come on.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Best in Jest.
Yeah, welcome. Feeling good.
Okay, I know what. Why do you have to start? What do you mean? You're feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I can't feel good.
No, I don't know. You know, it implies that the default baseline.
I normally feel bad.
Yeah.
You're right. I should just say feeling good every episode.
Yeah.
Unless I'm lying. What if I feel terrible right now?
I mean, you. No, I can't use that
on.
joke. I use it. It's. I've already done it. I can't use that joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sparing me this time.
I did something crazy
Oh, yeah?
the other day.
Okay.
You were actually there. I don't know if you caught this, but
No.
we were out eating the other night, as we do.
As we do.
And on the restaurant's radio, like it's playing music in the restaurant.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, some Black Eyed Peas song.
Sure.
And I was kind of listening to it. I was kind of humming along, and it's a song that I have in my playlist. And honest to goodness, what I tried to do, I took out my phone, and I went to skip the song
In the restaurant.
in the restaurant because
Like it's the movie
It-
Click.
a sad movie.
That is a sad
I cried
movie. Well,
as a
this is a
kid.
sad story because who is that devoid?
Just so disconnected.
Oh my god.
I don't know why it was a familiar song to me and
Yeah,
I ended up
on your
skipping.
playlist.
Yeah, it was a crazy moment of. There's probably some word for this, some sort of maladaptive, evolutionary thing with our technology.
Yeah.
And yeah, I tried to go and skip the Spotify song
This is the result.
that was playing in the restaurant's radio.
Jesus Christ. We are so far from what we used to be. Our ancestors are so upset.
I mean, speaking of ancestors,
Oh God.
it's so funny. I was having lunch with my mom,
Yeah.
and for a moment I caught a glimpse of what it's like to know me as a person.
So you had a bad time.
No, hey, come on. Come on. You know I'm always going on about being in touch with my primal self.
Yes, absolutely.
You know
your,
that.
your natural instincts.
I'm always going on about how, well, there's some science here. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for example, we go to the gym and I always tell Connor, like, hey, we should hang from the bars because it's, you know, the science shows there's like some evolutionary thing about like how when we were apes, we would hang and
From
we
a
don't,
tree.
Yeah, and we don't do that anymore. And so our posture and our shoulders are all kind of messed up and we should hang and just, be more in touch with our primal selves. In fact, I don't know if we said this yet, but this podcast, the very first idea and name of this podcast was the Primal Pod.
Right.
And the theme of it was
Primal.
it's lost to me now, but at the time probably something akin to being in touch with our primal selves.
How were we ever gonna do that for more than one episode?
It's gonna be like that episode of SpongeBob
We created fire.
where they go back in time and they're like cavemen. There'd be like a rudimentary fire pit in the middle.
The podcast gets more advanced each episode.
Uh-huh. You know, you obviously talk to your mom differently than your friends.
Absolutely.
And so I think you would surmise that, like, I don't have conversations with my mom about going primal.
Right.
So she's not really privy to this side of me that's in touch with this line of thinking.
Sure.
And it's so funny because I was having lunch with her and she goes, I got a spear. And I was like, why? Yeah, well, she likes to go
spear.
She likes to go camping, and she said one time there was an encounter with like a mountain lion or a bear, and she got scared. And she said, what she said was, in that moment when it was obviously she's okay, right? But it approached the tent, right? And she said she was so scared that in the moment she wished she had anything to defend herself with. A pencil, a spork, but she
Sure.
had nothing, right? So she got a spear, obviously.
As one does.
And yeah, it's like a spear, literally like a spear. And she brought it out, and she went, Landon, take this, take the spear.
What?
And first of all, I haven't seen her this happy and joyous in a while. She had a big smile on her face, holding this spear. It was scary, and she goes, "Hold this spear." And it was funny because she says this to me. She goes, "Don't you feel right holding that spear?"
Oh, like your ancestors.
She said that. She said, "Doesn't it feel like you're meant to hold the spear? Like it's in your DNA?" And she was like telling me to joust with certain
Was she right?
position. Yeah, there was something there. Holding the spear, there was something, maybe not primal, but
Yeah.
I'll say this, holding the spear and taking a few jabs.
Yeah.
It makes sense why in so many societies across the world and humanity's history that you follow the steps and eventually you get to spear wielding.
Spear time, yeah.
It makes sense. Like pick up rock, pick up stick, and eventually spear. Because it did feel
It felt
kind
good.
of felt good.
Felt power.
Yeah.
So-
It's like a natural extension
Do you
of
think if I went outside and picked up an oversized rock, I'd feel the urge to like crush something's skull, or like what is the feeling you get? It just feels like this. I was put on this earth to hold this
like it was an extension of my body in a profound way.
in a profound way. Not that you were just holding a spear. And
No,
okay.
it wasn't just holding an item. It was profound. Like, you know what? Yeah, this does feel kind of like right.
Wow. I need to hold a spear. What if I don't feel anything? Does that mean my ancestors were fucking losers?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're more like a archer,
A harvester.
harvester.
Maybe if I picked up a berry.
Picking up a berry. You don't like fruit though.
No, so that can't be right. That can't be right.
No, that's not true. I fed you some fruit. I say it like he's my pet rabbit.
Well, it's even
No,
sadder.
Connor. I gave you some fruit. Look, I fed him some fruit. Blueberries.
Blueberries.
Apparently,
Pretty good.
apparently blueberries have antioxidants. To the studies show that people who eat blueberries
Lose weight,
lose more weight.
which is crazy, even crazier than the fact that I'm 28 years old, almost 29. And
Don't tell me you're about to say that was your first time eating a fucking blueberry.
that was
Earlier when I fed you that blueberry.
that was my first blueberry I have ever had in my entire life. It's not a joke. It's not like some kind of ruse. I've never had a blueberry muffin.
What?
No. No.
What'd you think? Blueberry review. One of the few people in the world that can give a reactionary
A first-time
telling
reaction to
of a
blueberries,
blueberry.
opposed to when I was like, when anyone else was like 1 year old. I mean, it tasted like a Jolly Rancher,
Oh,
but authentic. It's almost like it was molded after that flavor.
yeah.
That's rough. Honestly, I'm not being held at gunpoint, but that was rough to say. It's an embarrassing. It's almost as embarrassing as the pantry that I own. You know, it's bad.
I still need to take you to. I still haven't taken him to Costco.
No.
Still need to take you to
Oh
Costco.
yeah, we do need to go. We also said something before we started
What?
this, and I think we have gone 11 minutes.
I explicitly said,
Shit.
hey, Connor, the past 2 episodes, we have done a lot of food talk. Let's make sure to make a concerted effort to not talk about food this episode. And we are,
11 minutes.
I mean, we started talking about it even earlier than 11 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Instantly.
What is? Okay, no more. We stop.
No more. No more food talk for the rest.
That is done.
In fact, Kane, if we talk about food,
They don't get pied. No.
if we talk about food one more time, pie the person who talks about food.
Shit. Okay, I'm done with this actually.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
What's crazy is literally last night, I had a blueberry muffin. Literally last night.
That's not that crazy.
Also, there is no blueberry Jolly Rancher flavor.
What is the blue one?
It's blue raspberry,
What's the difference?
which also is not real.
Wait, what are you saying?
So they made up a fucking flavor?
Yeah, blue raspberry isn't real.
Wait, what?
Then what's a
Think about it.
wait? What? That's true.
Raspberry. It's red.
Then what is a blue raspberry?
It's not real.
It's a fake thing.
So what is the flavor then?
Raspberry, I think. And
No, it doesn't taste like a raspberry, does it? It tastes bluer than that.
Have you had a raspberry?
No.
I was just about to say, Mr. Never had a blueberry, talking about what a raspberry
Hey,
tastes
I'm just
like.
saying. Would you see, I mean, does it taste like raspberry? You tell me.
What does it say about blue raspberry flavor?
I just looked it up.
Okay.
Blue raspberry is a manufactured flavoring and food coloring for candy.
Well, we've got that part.
It's not from like a fruit, like a raspberry. It's a mix of raspberry, cherry, watermelon, and
Oh
strawberry.
my god.
No wonder it's so fucking.
Willy Wonka.
It's like some fucking Frankenstein's monster. No wonder I like it. It's not real. It's not a real fruit.
Okay, no more
No
food
more.
talk.
No more.
No more
We're
food
not.
talk.
Okay.
We're just silent for the next 35 minutes.
I mean, we want to talk about something. I mean, it's kind of a scary story. It's okay, not kind of. I actually had nightmares about it for like 2 months.
Oh, you're talking about our arc.
One of our arcs,
Mm.
because we've gone to movie theaters a few times since we've seen movies.
Okay.
The first time we went to a movie theater, I moved to Vegas
Mm-hmm.
and we went to a movie theater and something happened. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, okay. So you're talking about when we saw Oppenheimer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Oppenheimer and Barbie movie came out.
Yep,
So
it was-
excited. I took him to like one of the go-to places, popular
The
with
spot.
the spot popular with kids and tourists and just locals and everything.
Yeah.
Watching Oppenheimer, and well, I think you should tell this because
It's from my perspective.
I wasn't privy to,
Okay.
because to me, basically what ended up happening is by the end of the movie, literally the final 5 minutes of the movie,
Something happened.
this guy is at the bottom of the rows of seats, kind of like as if you were exiting, and he's looking away from the screen towards us, all of us in the seats, and he's kind of like, I can't really make out what he's saying, but he's kind of like, what? I think that's what he was.
He
What?
was having an altercation.
What? And like with who? No one really knew. I mean, he obviously a crazy guy, like, because we were looking around, like, I mean, we were all there in the theater.
Must
No
have
one.
thought it was Cillian Murphy coming out saying, "I watched with you guys. Hey guys, it's me."
And this is the serious, scary part of it.
Yep.
He had like a backpack.
Yep.
And he kept like gesturing to the backpack.
Yep.
And he's like, "What?" And then he reaches into the fucking backpack, and then he walks up
He starts coming down the road.
behind us.
Yep.
And he's confronting someone or no one. And at that moment, we, as a whole, the entire theater goes up and goes, nope. And we all
We're all
exited.
gone. Yep.
Far too late in hindsight.
Yes.
We should have been out immediately.
Yep.
But the thing is with these scenarios, and I've been fortunate enough to not have been in like that crazy situation similar to this. Yeah. This has been one of the crazier, quote unquote, close calls. Who knows what he had in there? Cotton candy, who knows? But because you always hear these stories and read these articles of these terrible things that happen, you always think like, well, it was so obvious. What are you doing? Right. What are you thinking? But in the moment, you don't know what's
scary.
You're scared, but you also don't really know what's going on.
Right.
You're like kind of processing what's happening. I'm not really and by the time you understand the situation, it's to that breaking point already.
Yes.
I mean, nothing happened. We walked out and we told the theater people like, hey, there's a guy, he's, crazy guy in there just reaching into his backpack, waving it around. And yeah, very traumatic, and Connor had nightmares about it.
I was scared for like weeks.
But your perspective was even different.
My perspective, I was having an arc during Oppenheimer. Everyone else, because for you had 5 minutes of this experience.
Yeah, by the end of the movie.
For me, I had 2 hours of it. Because I sat down, Oppenheimer's going, about an hour and 15 minutes in, this guy turns around and starts yelling at these, they're like they were like probably mid 20s. They looked fucking confused as shit. He turns around, starts screaming at them. What the fuck you saying to me? What are you doing? You know, and then there was some kind of altercation, and the people I looked at them, and they looked so confused. Like they did, like, what did we do wrong? I don't know what we did. They were clearly not dealing with this guy. The guy then sits there to himself, starts talking to himself, and I see him with that fucking bag, and he keeps gesturing to the bag, and then he puts it under his seat, and he leaves. And I thought we were about to get I thought the thing was, I thought we were going to blow up.
Okay, well, stop you there. I'm so happy you chose to sit
stay
there
silent?
and say nothing until the end of the movie.
Listen, but you just, okay. I know. Hey, listen, if we blew up, no one would have been mad at me. We're already dead. Okay.
At Oppenheimer, nice.
So, Jesus.
They're going to make a biopic of us where Cillian Murphy plays you to see Oppenheimer.
And then blows up. Yeah. I was not sure what it was, but I was like, why would someone put a time bomb in a theater of 14 people? I mean, I
like
just
a Looney Tunes with a wick.
Yeah, and a wick, yeah. It blows up. But he put the backpack under, and the people behind us, they were looking under the seat. And it was like, I was like, what the fuck? And it was freaking me out. The guy came back, sat down, muttering to himself. I'm watching him like a hawk in my peripheral vision for when he fucking pulls out the fucking Lapua Magnum.
Why didn't you say
Dude,
something?
I was scared.
You
And
just sat there?
Also, I thought I was being the weird one. Because I'm like, this guy is they probably just had an altercation. It's fine. No big deal. Now, the part when I become irredeemable in this situation is when he takes the bag and he leaves. And I followed him.
What? Are you fucking...
I followed him. He left, took the bag, and I followed him. And
I don't remember this part.
I followed him, and he went to the bathroom. And because it's like, I'm so fucking anxious ridden and paranoid. I was like, this guy's so mad. He's got to pull something.
He fucking abandoned us.
No, I was going to come back.
After doing what?
I was trying to get information. I was gathering information on the maniac.
So what? You decided, oh, he just used the bathroom. He's fine. And then you came back?
He went back. He went to the bathroom. I followed him. He washed his hands before the blood was got. I don't know. But
yeah, you clocked him in. Oh, actually,
he washed
his hands. He's normal.
He went back, and there was an attendant. Oh God, this makes you look terrible.
Connor, what are you saying?
There was an attendant at the theater, and I could have said, this guy's being suspicious. But instead, I asked, what time is it? Because my phone was dead, and I wanted to know when the movie ended. And it was like torture, because Oppenheimer's like 45 hours long. And we still had like 45 minutes left, and we have to see her with the maniac.
I can't believe you just walked in and didn't
I don't
say
know.
anything.
I was under a lot of pressure because everything was on me because no one else knew what was going on. I could have said something. I remember telling Reese, my brother, I went over. I'm like, hey, listen, something's going on. I don't like this. He's like, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure it is fine. Then I was like spiraling, and then in the last 5 minutes, the guy finally had enough of the people, whatever the fuck they were doing. And he got up.
He had a fixation on them.
He got up, yeah, and then he blocked the exit. I'm like, this is it. This is it. I should have said so. I killed all of us.
Fucking God.
I killed all of us. He blocked the exit, and he kept gesturing to that fucking bag. And then he went back up to the roast, and he started going for those people. And you're like, we should go.
You know, I will say this is bad on me because I did completely abandon whoever those two people he was confronting.
You know what? You turned to them. You turned to them and said, you guys should leave too.
I did. He was kind of being crazy. And I don't know how I could tell, but it was a moment where you could tell he was so angry, but a moment of disarmament where he was kind of mumbling and whatever. Yeah. And I get up, I said,
them.
We're leaving. And I turn to them and I say, you should leave too.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is clearly a fucked up situation. And I clocked that in the 2 minutes that this unfolded while Connor had 2 hours.
Well, you know, I had to gather all the information before I made a proper...
You followed him and decided, nah.
I mean, I didn't have any evidence. I didn't see the fucking, I don't know, the M16 in his bag. I didn't see anything. He washed his hands.
Crazy guy seeing Oppenheimer on a
Also,
Wednesday night.
On a Wednesday, there was like, it was just like, this is where like kids go and shit. It was just,
No, that's why I was so shocked, because the theater we went to, fairly popular
yeah.
for as long as I've known it to be there, and like kids go there, teenagers, high schoolers and stuff. And only when you show up
Yep.
is there a problem.
Yep.
See, the thing is, I don't know what happened.
Maybe those people were the
See,
assholes.
or maybe it's you.
What?
See, I don't know what the situation, but I can imagine where Connor's like egging this guy on, being like, yeah, they said that about you, buddy. Tapping his shoulder, following him to the bathroom, like, no, man, I know what you're,
Oh my God.
like, what, you just followed him, watched him, washed his hand, and came back?
I masterminded this whole thing. I went into the bathroom and gave him a pep talk to freak out and take out all 12 people at Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Wow.
So that you would have a really good story to tell on the podcast you had no clue about at the time.
Absolutely.
To be fair, let's not go to that place anymore, because that's the same place where you and I had this discussion about the podcast, and that woman, the woman came up to us, and what did she say? Like, we were chatting about, it was the very first day that we were talking about this podcast, like officially, and we were eating frozen yogurt outside.
Yep.
And this, like, I would describe her as like a hippie woman.
Yeah.
Because I say that, and the viewer, whatever you're thinking, that's exactly what she looks like.
Yes.
Very hippie woman. And she comes up and
she said like, love yourself, peace and love on earth.
And she like,
she had a painting.
Well, she had a painting, and she tried to like,
she wanted to touch us.
Yeah, tried to touch us.
And we were trying to discuss if we thought 2 truths and a pie was a good idea. And I was just trying to look him in the eye and not glance over, like pay no attention to the absolute psycho.
That's such a weird social thing we do, because in both these moments we're kind of like, I don't want to embarrass this fucking crazy psycho, right? Because in that moment I should stand up and be like, "Whoa, miss, I'm sorry. What are you trying to do?" You
just
know,
like the mad
whoa,
bomber.
Huh?
I didn't want to point fingers at the mad bomber at the fucking movie theater. By the way, he escaped through the exit. Remember that?
Yeah, so we told the people, and all the security guards rallied.
The most tired security guards went after him.
And they were like, he got away. No, they didn't say that, but I remember they were talking on their walkie-talkies.
He escaped.
Yeah, he escaped is what it was like. He went out the back of the exit. He escaped. And so there's a period where, maybe things we kind of got out like pretty well with it, because he was like roaming the grounds. He escaped.
That guy was terrifying. I am now never doing shit. I'm always reporting suspicious activity. Always. Even if it's like somebody on their fucking phone texting their wife. I was like so introvertedly paranoid.
Here's the thing. This is gonna sound real crazy. Okay. But that crazy guy, if he did have something in his backpack, a lot of self-restraint for being a crazy guy.
That's
with something.
Yeah,
because he
was giving us a lot of warnings.
Yeah, because he was like, basically what it sounds like is he kept going like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my backpack. There's something in here. But he restrained himself and didn't do anything and ran away.
Wow.
For being an absolute fucking crazy psycho that wants to do harm, he held back. Because I guess he could have pulled out whatever was in his backpack.
There was nothing in that bag.
Oh, it's an embarrassing story for him.
It was a bluff.
He has his own podcast, and he's like, yeah, the dude followed me to the bathroom, and I just pretended to wash my hands. I don't know. I had to run away.
I pretend to have an argument with the people behind us to scare them off. I paid them $100 to try and react to it.
Speaking of Oppenheimer, before I forget and move on, I haven't thought about that movie since.
No, I literally can't watch it ever again. I don't even know how it ends.
One, it was okay.
Yeah.
People were saying like, oh, it's this great. It was okay.
It wasn't.
And secondly, in this movie, Oppenheimer, played by Cillian Murphy, talks to a famous scientist who is
Einstein.
He talks to Albert Einstein in this movie. There's a moment where he has this moral quandary, and and me watching this,
I'm the same. I know where this is going.
I was like, oh, Albert Einstein was alive somewhat recently. Because in my head, Albert Einstein is like an Isaac Newton.
Greece.
Yes. Isaac Newton era,
Yes.
like old-timey philosopher.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he was
It never occurred to me either.
and that I was watching, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That boggled my mind. I'm like, wait,
Einstein was alive like not that long ago.
I thought it was like fictitious, like a Christopher Nolan move. I'm like, oh, they put in Einstein. That's an artistic choice. But he was alive during World War II.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
That movie was but the worst part about this is we never got to experience the Barbenheimer craze because
Yeah.
we didn't go to movies for a long while.
I literally couldn't go back to
A long while. And honestly, pretty insane that we ever went back.
Why would we?
But we did.
We did.
And I never saw Barbie because we were freaked out and it just it kind of ruined the Barbenheimer experience.
Yeah, the vibe was gone after
Vibe was
we were almost
gone.
killed.
Also, the food, I know this is like a...
Ah! What'd you just fucking say?
Hold on here.
What'd you just fucking say?
Hold on here,
What
guys.
did you just fucking say?
Hold on, that's different.
You said the F word. You said the F word.
Let me finish my thought, and Kane can deduce the contextual box boundary for this
Okay. I'll let you have it.
and decide if this counts as a food discussion.
Okay.
The food at the movie theaters is so goddamn expensive. Wouldn't they make more money if they lowered the price on it? Because surely the price point of like $17 for the large popcorn and drink
Yeah.
is way too expensive. Because I like to indulge.
I absolutely have a response to this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to make one yet until Kane verifies that this is an
All right,
okay
Kane.
discussion to have.
Did that count as food talk?
I'll let it slide because you were talking about the prices.
Okay. Fuck. I thought I was going to get away with it. Because now I'm going to slip up. Well, how do I fucking respond to this? Because I had a story, but it revolves around movie theater.
Go on.
Yeah, they're pretty overpriced. They were so overpriced that I snuck items in.
And did what to them?
No comment.
Also, turn that shit down. So loud.
What, the
The
movie
movie
theater?
theater.
Well, you go to the Dolby movie theater experience, and it just about blows your fucking eyebrows off your face. It's insane.
Yeah, I have to do that. Like, you know the thing you could do? You can kind of tense up your own ears and
Yeah, to
block
make it
out.
quieter.
I have to do that so often at the movie theater. Dune.
Oh my God. The
It's like, I
sandworm
get it.
came out of the ground. My God. Ah! Boom! It's just like, I mean, it was so fucking loud.
I need earplugs.
I literally, my ears were almost, it was like I was in the front stage of like a fucking Megadeth concert. It was so fucking loud. It was insane.
I don't know who that's for. Like, who do they? Why is that the standard? Do they test with people and like, yeah, crank it up to a bajillion decibels?
I literally don't know. And I've never understood it. I have like memories of the loudest movies I've ever been to. The Dark Knight. For some reason,
Dude,
Nolan
Christopher
movies.
Nolan.
What is going on? The mixing, the people are like very like muttering. You can't hear a fucking thing. And then a jump scare kind of thing happens. It's like, dun-dun, and it's so fucking loud.
he fucking jump scares you in Oppenheimer when he sets the bomb off. It's very like,
Yeah, what the? You were waiting for it.
it's very quiet, and then it's like a silent artsy thing, and it explodes, and it's still silent.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, okay. And then it goes boom,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, my ears.
I was waiting for it. I was like, and also I was watching the guy.
Oh, and also
I was
the-
also watching the guy in my peripheral, making sure he doesn't kill the whole theater. And then the bomb went off. Dude, that movie's actually so tense, and I had to deal with like,
You could have said something,
Dude,
and
I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I
you
remember,
died in that theater, by the way. This is all
You're wearing white today. Does that mean
back
something?
streets back. All right, done. Dude, do you guys know? That's the end.
This is the end.
Yeah, that's the end.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, we're back again. Boom, 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 boom.
So did you, I guess.
Yeah.
You've been dead.
Oh yeah.
You're not even real.
Oh, we were saying that we were talking about nightmares with Kane.
Oh, yeah,
And then that's what we concluded, that you and I are not even the main characters in our own story. We're actually, see, that's so sad. Like, this is actually Kane's coma, but you're not even like the main actor in your hypothetical
That's
podcast
fucked.
scenario. It's me.
Kane made himself the producer that searches things on Wikipedia.
And it takes him 30 minutes to search up if
God, it sounds like a nightmare.
If baklava is Greek.
I mean, you know, I've had nightmares where I try to look at my phone and things take so long to search. Kane's going through it every fucking podcast episode.
It's hard. It's hard. I have to like switch the cameras.
Oh, I know you're
and
doing
then I
it.
have to
With,
read.
No, you're doing good.
you need like
man.
8 arms.
We're about
do
to get
what you
1,000 comments.
In fact,
stop being mean to Kane.
In fact, when I told you guys the flavor of blue raspberry, that was actually wrong, and I read the wrong. Blue raspberry is actually a combination of banana, cherry, and pineapple.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds good still. Hey, wait, you just talked about food, asshole.
What?
What are the parameters on
Are
that?
we gonna
Oh, do we pie Kane?
what, Kane? Do what to Kane? Connor, say that one more time.
This is like torture.
Oh, shit.
We can't even do our gamer subs ad.
Oh, shit.
Okay. What the fuck are we talking about?
Movie theaters.
Who cares?
You didn't see Furiosa, did you?
No. I haven't been to a movie theater
Yeah,
for a while.
I mean,
I saw Monkey Man.
the Patel,
Yeah.
Green Knight guy.
It's more
I love
like
that guy.
it was too smart and well produced and artsy for me to enjoy in a movie theater, I feel.
Yeah, the artsy.
It's
I
better
used to
at
be.
home to digest it, I feel. Ingest it even.
There's like a what? Oh, my side. I'm getting a side stitch.
Continue. You're doing great.
Oh, wasn't even. Oh yeah, I was. I feel like with a lot of my tastes. This is an unlistenable episode. I feel like I've kind of come full circle with like what I enjoy, because as a kid I liked low what's the word, like low denominator of like entertainment. You got tears. Look at he's got tears in his eyes.
No, continue. This is great.
This is unlistenable.
Please, no, it's fine. It's fine.
As a kid, I liked simple, dumbed down explosion, romance. And then I kind of became a moody teenager. And
Like psychological stuff.
yeah, and then I started to like, the prestige and like all these kind of, edgy, psychological, it's artsy. And then I became like myself now, past adulthood. And now I'm the reverse. Like I'm back
You're
to
back to
wanting just the basest, most
Yes.
low level type of entertainment, and I don't want any of the artsy stuff anymore.
I went through a phase of that as well. Like I was watching I watched a shitload of Danish films, like artsy.
A what film? Okay.
Stop!
Stop.
I can't say a fuck.
what you mean. Because I said circle, and I was like, huh? Wait, no, that's not.
Literally, your entire time you were talking, I was listening 130% to see if you slip up. I want to reiterate before people are confused again. We're trying not to talk about
What? Talk about what, Connor? Okay. Can we just forget about this? Let's forget about
ruining everything. Do I say it? I'm scared.
Say what?
Okay. We were trying not to talk about. Stop. He's literally like your drink. We were trying not to talk about food.
Yeah. Because we feel like we've talked too much about it.
Yes. So we were censoring ourselves, and every single other word that we said sounded
And
like.
if you missed it earlier, we said like whoever talks about food next, Kane would pie.
Yeah.
But then Kane proceeded to be the first one to talk about food, and then we
and everything fell apart from
and
there.
then now, as you can tell, the podcast is the episode is completely derailed, and we can't get through anything.
I'm so sorry. Movies.
Yeah, they're kind of like dog water now. I haven't really
I am not a fan of where they're going. Because, like, have you noticed that every fucking movie looks the same? They have, like, everything looks there's no, like, artistic direction or, like, flavor. It just feels like a fucking conveyor belt of shit just constantly going.
Yeah, I mean, did you see, like, Inside Out 2 beat Furiosa?
It was, like, in revenue?
Oh, I forget the exact metric,
But
but
it
I think it just beat it in general.
That's insane.
I don't know if it was the opening weekend specifically or just total. Yeah, Kane, can you look up Inside 2?
How do you make an Inside Out 2? I don't even understand. More emotions.
Make the Inside Out about me, and that'll be the last one. I promise you. Inside Out 3, but it's inside my head. That'll be the last one.
So goddamn boring.
It beat Furiosa.
That's
revenue
ridiculous.
Or something like that.
I haven't seen either of them, but I just feel
The
like
thing is,
that's wrong.
Furiosa, it was good. It was good. And probably one of the better things to have been consumed in theater.
Sure. What you do? What?
Theater?
Okay. Continue.
And yeah, and it's just like Inside Out 2.
I just didn't even think. I saw Inside Out 1. I don't know how they make a 2. They just had more emotions, and I get it. I haven't seen the movie, so I
guess we should.
We should go see it sometime. It beat Furiosa. It must be awesome.
Furiosa was.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if again we talked about this with anime. Is it the media or is it?
Is it us? It might be us.
It could be both, I guess.
It could be. It definitely is column A and column B. Have you seen any movies that you've liked recently? Is there one that you like? You would recommend?
Godzilla.
-1.
-1 Godzilla. Yeah,
That was very good.
fantastic.
I can't believe Godzilla is like the most thought-provoking best movie of the year.
And it's killing it with
Isn't
the other
that insane?
Godzilla. There's 2 Godzillas in
Oh, there's
tandem.
2. Oh, it's the Your Godzilla. That's wild. I never saw the Godzilla Kong thing.
Oh no, I mean,
For whatever. It's a popcorn flick. Whenever that fucking hits rental.
yeah,
I'll
I
see
tried
it.
to watch it. They put it on Netflix,
Oh, they did.
and I don't know which one it was, but Kong's strapped to
Oh.
the ocean carrier, and they're gonna go underground, and I was just saying,
They go to the center of the earth.
yeah. I was really into Godzilla as a kid, though.
I still am. I love Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had that Mecha Godzilla stuff.
yeah,
from
I
Japan.
had.
You brought it back.
I got a lot of Mechagodzilla.
Did you ever play that game?
Destroy All Monsters for the
Yeah,
GameCube?
my favorite guy was the guy with the drill hands.
Oh,
Zoom!
Megalon.
Zoom!
That guy's awesome. He's also a jobber. That guy
No,
sucks.
I liked him.
But I love him. Because also, what's with like drills? Why are drills so fucking cool?
It's cool.
Watch Gurren Lagann. There's drills. That's cool. Megalon's got drill arms.
I like him. The character that has the single red eye and he's got the scythes.
Gaigan. That's like my second
I
favorite.
love that game. And the city was destructible.
Yeah, you would like just, you know what? Fuck it, let's fuck up Seattle.
You know what was so we we start this podcast. We're a little dynamic duo here, and we always talk about how we kind of struck a chord with each other. But speaking of like, oh, did you play that game? Something happened this morning when we went to the gym.
Yes.
We were talking about Star Wars and the Star Wars movie and just Star Wars in general. And then there's a pause, and in the car, I kid you not, at the same time, we both say to each other, did you ever play that?
Yeah.
At the same time.
Same words, too.
Did you ever play that? And we kind of were like,
we're in sync. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
The Commando game.
Oh, Republic Commando.
And it was just a crazy moment of Jägermine sinking.
We do that often. We Pacific Rim it. Yeah. This is the movie episode, I guess.
Pacific Rim. I love that. I reference that all the time, the Jägermind.
Where they work together to control the robot to make one mind. That's the podcast. We are using two minds to control one thing, the podcast.
It's a robot's toe. There's us two to control it.
It fails.
And negligible to the task at hand. We got failure in the toe sector. That's all right.
Yeah, whatever. Forget them. Worthless.
We talked about this, or we had this one of our earliest moments together. We never really talked about it afterwards, but one of our big bonding moments was that you're one of the only people I've ever met, and vice versa, that knows what Clay World is.
Oh my God.
Knox's Corner. Clay World.
Oh my God.
I was obsessed with Clay World.
This will date us.
Little blue clay people, and he goes, "Oh, what you got there? Banana muffin."
And they explode.
Yeah.
No, I love eating my pancakes, and they were all landmines, and they would fucking blow up on shit.
I bought the movie.
No, you
on
didn't.
DVD. Clay World. The World. I don't know what it was, but
it was Clay World.
I was so into that.
That is so nostalgic. Claymation as a whole is something I was super into as a kid. Claymation and like pivot animation, like just stop.
See, and yet you're not into The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I know is not claymation per se,
no, but it's stop motion.
Yeah,
I should be into it, but it was James and the Giant Peach. That was my thing.
Did you ever watch Kubo
and the string thing?
Yeah,
I did watch that. I don't remember if it was good.
Matthew McConaughey's the beetle guy.
What?
Hey everyone,
really?
The big beetle guy. That's Matthew. I think that's
really?
Matthew McConaughey.
Isn't Willem Dafoe in it? Oh no, was it Ray Fiennes?
I
don't remember. There was a bad guy in it.
Speaking of Matthew McConaughey, I rewatched. I was just in a lighthearted mood, and I decided to watch Dallas Buyer.
Oh my God,
he's great in
Fit
that
for
movie.
the whole family.
Yeah, he's great in that.
He's good. I don't know. I haven't watched too many movies recently. I need to watch movies again. I felt.
Oh, that's right. You're asking like, what's the best movie we've seen recently?
You said -1.
It's good, but it's a good movie, but like,
would you?
It wasn't like, wow. Oh, Dune 2.
Oh, Dune 2.
Dune 2.
That was great. I don't know what the fuck happened for 2.5 hours.
Dune
but
2
was good.
Fantastic. Because I think one of the main things about Dune 2 that I liked so much, first of all, it's just Code Geass.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it.
True. It really is.
Dune 2 is Code Geass. Or Code Geass is Dune 2. Whatever.
Right.
But it's the same thing. Anyways, I like that it doesn't. It was the same thing we were talking about with the anime pacing. Like, they make it so anime-y. They try to stretch out your... Yeah. I felt respected as a viewer because they didn't, like...
treat you like an idiot.
Drag it out, and then you'll have to come to the third one.
Yes.
You feel like it's ramping down.
Yeah.
And then it starts to pick up, and you're like, wait is the movie still going?
Yeah.
And they serve you so much, and you feel so full, even though there's a very clear... I wouldn't necessarily call it a cliffhanger, but it's very obviously room to go progress in the story.
Right.
But I didn't feel wanting. That's why I really disliked the Spider-Verse movie, the second one. Because, it's great. It looks good. But as a viewer, I felt like, not bamboozled, but I was kind of like, I was kind of dribbled along and left hanging at the end. And it's like, you're going to have to come to the next one.
I call that the Halo 2 effect. Halo 2 ends with no ending.
I think you literally said, let's not talk about Halo.
Shit.
Because all we do in our free time is talk about Halo. We talked about Halo for so long today.
We tried to get it out of our system too.
That's right. That's what you said. You said we need to get this out of our system because we can't talk about Halo for 3 hours.
Hey, listen,
later.
the Halo 2 effect is very real. And for people that don't know, Halo 2 does not have an ending. It goes, okay, time for the next game. And then you have to wait 6 years until the next one. That's literally how it happened.
You know, true, but it's a very
it's
long,
cool.
It's a long campaign, though.
Yeah.
The longest Halo it's really long.
Yeah. It's good.
Halo's so good.
I'm trying not to talk more about it. I'm holding back right now.
All right, guys, whoever talks about Halo
What, gets pied?
gets pied.
Gets killed?
Yeah, I was trying to think of like
Something else?
subversion
Yeah,
on
I
the
know.
joke.
I was thinking
some
of it
Halo.
too. I couldn't bring...
Gets corrupted like an AI. I don't know. Cortana, who's a freak, by the way, because
Yeah,
if you don't know, you guys, I'm sure everyone's familiar with the Cortana character from Halo, who is the purple, woman.
Yep.
And the lore is that these AI characters can choose how they look based on what they feel themselves to be. And so the rest of the AIs, they're like wearing clothes and stuff.
Yep.
But Cortana is like kind of sexy. So she's kind of a freak. I like that. That's why Master Chief lives so long. You know how he's the lone survivor.
What does that
like
mean?
all the other Spartans die,
They're
right,
gone.
in the Covenant War.
But he's got
And
Cortana.
he's the lone one who survives to the end and defeats the entire force, right?
Right.
And they say like he's a lucky one or something. Actually, it's because Cortana's in his visor, pumping up his testosterone, shaking her little virtual titties in his face. And he's got this AI, and he's like, he's all
Die! Don't worry, Cortana!
Meanwhile, Spartan 568 has got
80-year-old man.
has got Jace over there in the aviator jacket going, you should kill them. And he's like, ah. But Cortana's over there going like, Chief, wouldn't it be so good if you just eviscerated this elite spine?
Yes, Cortana.
Yes.
Good idea. Die, you bastards. We just ruined my favorite game franchise. It's 6 minutes.
Don't worry. The game developers did that many years ago.
Shit.
I cannot. Okay, we're already doing it.
You know
Halo.
what? Fire away. Blow me away.
But speaking of video games,
Yep.
you actually got me onto a little bit of an arc recently.
Yeah,
because,
let's hear about that.
so I have been playing Elden Ring at the release of this podcast episode. The Elden Ring DLC has been recently.
Yep.
Which you're all about. You're big.
Controversial.
Oh, it's too hard, people are saying.
They're saying it's too hard. I say it's not hard enough.
Well, you're really into Elden Ring.
I
It's one of
love
the
it.
few game series that you actually are into.
Yeah, I don't like games that much these days, but for some reason the Souls-like stuff, there's something about it that just makes my neurons fucking explode. And I love these kinds of games.
You've been like going hard.
I'm going hard, and listen, when people say it's too hard, it is too hard, but in literally the best way possible. I love people are like, "Oh, so and so's been fighting this boss for 45 hours." And you know what I say? That's fucking great. First of all, that's
Should
more
be hard.
content, and once you beat that, imagine once you beat that boss, how you'll feel. Probably terrible, but at least you did it. Right?
Yeah. I've been kind of getting sucked into it. I've never been a big Souls-like
yeah.
gaming guy. But Connor's been kind of like, hey, you should try it out. And then new DLC's out. You should try it out. I've always been really big into the lore.
Yeah.
Big Hat Logan's my favorite character.
Okay, yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I was playing it. And you know what? I see the appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I see the appeal. You learn a character's. Were you impressed? You watched me play the other day.
You were
I was
doing-
kind of breaking it down. Like, I see this is a pattern. But there's always some kind of switch up, and
Yep.
you kind of
I
adapt.
started reading it.
and you overcome the ordeal.
Yep.
Also, Elden Ring, it has an open world experience that doesn't feel absolutely boring to me.
Yeah.
Because open world progression games like
They overwhelm me.
I don't want to, Breath of the Wild's probably someone's favorite game listening right now.
Oh my God, you went there.
But like a lot of these open world games were like level up, and I just kind of It's weird because they're all video games, but I want to say trivial. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Is what I want to say in these
no,
games.
I feel
Not that
it-
they're bad games. Like Breath of the Wild's good, but I'm kind of like, I'll lose interest eventually because I'm just like, this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But Elden Ring, it's like, it's mystical in a way. Like, I feel very engrossed and into my character
It's also
and
almost
wanting to.
ambiguous at times. You know, you
Well,
can't.
maybe sometimes a little too ambiguous.
Maybe too ambiguous.
That's one of my biggest gripes with the Souls games,
Yeah.
where I feel people praise it so much for its story and stuff.
Right.
And before I go any further, I myself like the Dark Souls lore. I don't even play it, and I'm watching videos about Big Hat Logan losing his mind in the library. But the thing of the Dark Souls lore, it's like, it's so good. And it's like, is it? There is none. And they're like, no. And someone told me in my chat, they're like, you got to read the item descriptions. It's like, okay. So I kill a boss, which is optional, by the way. And you wouldn't know it unless you spend 1,000,000 hours in the game or someone tells you. Kill him. He drops a ring that says 4 cups on a Tuesday. And you're like, this ring's description is
What's that
4
mean?
cups on a Tuesday. What does that mean? Oh, didn't you know that there's another boss across the other side of the map? If you kill him, he drops his left shoe. And on the sole of the left shoe, it says, you can't even read it. It's scribbles. Oh, okay. The primordial snakes. There's a good one and a bad one. And you are the risen again.
Yes.
And that's the lore. And it's like, so cool.
How was I ever got to figure that out? Kind of thing.
It's just like, is it even lore? Is it even cool? Or is it cool lore by virtue of it being convoluted and confiscated?
I kind of think so.
And that's why I like Elden Ring better.
Someone
Because it's more straightforward.
Someone is seething right now saying, no, the Dark Souls lore does make sense.
It's his right shoe that you read the lore on. You're like, but I like it.
I like it too. And also, I don't really get it either. But I like it. I kind of like that it's this kind of like ambiguity kind of thing.
An example in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I just fought this boss, Dark Knight Loretta.
Yep, the Loretta. Mm-hmm.
Loretta, and she's like a ghost.
Yep.
And I confront her. Well, because you told me my weapon inflicts bleed, but it doesn't work on her because she's a ghost.
She's like a ghost. Yeah.
Why is she a ghost?
I don't know. I actually have no idea.
You know,
I couldn't tell you a fucking thing.
And someone will say, didn't you get the pinky ring from a monster across the map? And it says, Loretta was once heralded by 1,000 blue moons, which means she was part of the golden army of the golden seed. And
now she's a ghost.
And now she's a ghost, and that's why she fights you. And it's like, I'm saying I like it, and I think it's cool, but it's kind of like, come on.
It's
like,
confusing.
let's not pretend it's the epitome of storytelling.
Do you think that was George R. R. Martin's doing? Do you think he did that? You think he made it better or worse?
The Game of Thrones guy?
You know he wrote some of Elden Ring. You didn't know that?
He wrote some of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right. That was the big deal when it first was announced.
Yeah. I think...
wrote what? The one sentence item descriptions?
I don't know. I literally have no idea.
No, I'm joshing. Elden Ring is definitely way more straightforward in what it's presenting to me.
Yeah.
Because I have played the other Dark Souls, and it's kind of like, it's just one dark cave moving into another dark cave, and there's no real sense to me of anything. But Elden Ring, it's kind of like, oh, there's something happening here, and
I agree.
There's at least dialogue, like the bosses will say something. I'll be like, okay, that kind of indicates something.
In the original Dark Souls, it would just come out and you have to kick it down a hole, and it just dies.
And then there's a 35-hour video essay on
why you kicked it down a hole.
Primordial snakes. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean.
They have the weird mustache thing.
Yeah. I love it, though. I like seeing you go through the process.
That's right. That was the whole point of it, where I feel like I have been enjoying it.
Yeah.
But with me, there's this whole arc of like, I guess I'm just losing interest in life.
Oh, dear God.
Because anime, movies, and games, too, I just feel like I played Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Had a good time. And at the end of that session, the first session where I kind of booted it up and tried it out, it was fun. It was good. That was fun. I understand why people like it.
Yeah.
No interest to boot it up again. Just, I don't know. If it wasn't due to the behest of like you encouraging me to play, I would just
You
like
wouldn't do it?
I just want to boot it up again. And again, not because I don't like it. I don't know. I just have this. I'm not getting satisfaction from gaming anymore. Really,
What do you get satisfaction from?
food.
Oh, that's good.
No, the thing is, it's not that I'm like unhappy.
You just don't find it fun.
I'm actually the happiest I've been in a very long time.
Yeah.
Which I'm scared to possibly even entertain the idea
Yeah.
that once you are healthy and work out and experience life, that maybe anime and video games become less interesting to you.
They become irrelevant.
Stuff for children.
I don't know if it's for children, but maybe you've grown beyond
I don't-
media. You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch TV. I'm not gonna play video game. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Talk to the gym guy.
They call me a normie in my chat.
Really?
They call me a normie.
You're not a normie.
They're like, you don't like Dungeon Meshi because you're a normie. I'm like, no. My favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter.
Oh. Uh-oh.
What?
That's
So cool.
That's kind of normie, right?
No.
Isn't that kind of normie?
Maybe
little bit.
now.
I mean,
Oh
I
no.
don't know, man. I don't think you're normie because you do so many things that aren't normie, like,
Suck on toes. That's kind of normie now too, actually.
yeah, you need to find something weirder than that, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared I'm losing interest.
I mean, I have lost interest in games in general, and I know what the reason is for that. I am getting older, and I'm not old. I'm like 90. I'm not even 30 yet, but I have lost the ability to take enjoyment in games most of the time.
Maybe it's because like as you get older, you become more and more self-aware, and you.
We're
We're gonna say this, and people are like, "No, you just don't have the whimsy of life in you." You know, I'm 35 and I've been playing Stardew Valley every single day for the
Right.
past 17 years. Like, you just can't immerse yourself anymore. Like, that's a you problem. It's like, maybe. But the thing is, when I boot up Elden Ring or whatever, I feel like I'm not trying to go out of my way to dislike it. In fact, I'm doing the opposite.
You're trying to like
I
it.
really want to try to like it.
Yeah. Maybe we're just pathetic. You think that's the answer?
I think it's a
Might be the answer to
good
most
thing.
things. I think it is
The
a good
highlight of my day is going to work out in the morning with you.
Really?
At least that's
I like doing it.
it's when I feel the best.
It's because we're doing something with our lives.
You know
And
what's
then we come back and do a podcast.
See, this is what's scary. You said this the other day.
Uh-huh.
We had finished the first episode and got the set together for this podcast, and we were quote unquote celebrating, and we met, and I was just kind of like, I don't know exactly, but in hindsight, I was kind of like in a not good mood and just kind of like, I don't know, like, and you said to me, oh, you're bored because we're done with the podcast prep. You're like a workaholic.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, you're right. Like, because we would probably have said that the prep was stressful. Like, oh, I can't wait to get done with this. It's so much
loved
work.
it.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
Waking up and being like, oh, okay, what do we need to get done today?
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, we got a lot done. And you have
And went from being so busy to have nothing to
and
do.
now we had that free time. I'm not good with free time anymore.
Yeah, just alone with my thoughts.
Oh God.
And
God forbid.
thinking about Cortana and Master Chief's visor.
If I had a fucking Cortana in my fucking brain, I think I'd be good to go.
You would not. We wouldn't see you anymore.
You know,
You
right?
went rogue though, so.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I'd come back.
Halo 6 with Connor or whatever they're at right now.
Yeah.
Man, that
Who fucking cares?
Halo
They
Infinite.
destroyed that franchise.
Halo Infinite was.
It drives me crazy. I weep.
All right, it's time to hear your qualms, questions,
And
and
confessions.
confessions. Very nice. We ask our viewers to submit their, whatever they're feeling, any questions they have on Twitter using the hashtag JestAsk.
Well done, yes.
And so we're going to ask Kane to just pick one based on his own parameters to send our way.
Okay. Here's one from Skelety, who says, who would win in a fight?
What kind of fight?
I mean, that's a good question.
What kind of fight? It depends what kind of fight. Is it a fist fight or do we have swords?
Oh, I mean,
Are we sword fighting?
I think I like that option better.
Oh, you do?
I think I like that option better, actually. Can we say that?
Kane, search up sword fighting. Is a phrase?
What? From Urban Dictionary? Like what?
Search up Urban Dictionary sword fighting. Read what it says.
Sword fighting. The act of two males attacking each other with their penises. The goal is to either hit the both of the other person's balls or until they forfeit. Typically played erect. And the example is, I walked into the room and caught Logan and Matthew sword fighting on the bed.
Matthew and Logan.
Do you want to? We should rescind your comment.
I think I have a better chance. I'm not winning a fist fight. Does that answer the question?
I mean, I would probably win. Okay, let's say I'm obviously like 3 times Connor's size. but let's say it was equalized.
Okay.
Let's say it was equalized.
Yeah. I'd still lose.
I think Connor would still lose.
still lose.
Because he is like, honest to goodness, like a kind soul, like a soft soul. Obviously, complicated person.
Sure.
Can be happy, sad, angry, whatever. But baseline, like a pretty go with the flow, pretty standard experience. I have like pure hatred in my heart. I have a darkness.
You'd kill me if you had to.
I don't know. I just have like, I just feel like I have this darkness in me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little like chuny. It's not as extreme as darkness. I just feel like I have more of like a, I don't know.
You're more, maybe a little more like
or just like very simply
cynical.
No, I think just like in very simple terms, I have like a temper, more of a temper.
Okay, sure.
And I just assume with a fight. Or does that mean I'll lose because I'll get like, you know,
oh no, you'd win.
I just see red.
You'd win.
Well, I just hypothetically, let's say we beefed you up to my size, and you know, so we added like 8 feet to you.
No, I don't think I'd. I literally don't think I'd win. All right. Well, does that conclude everything?
Maybe one more,
One more,
just in case.
Fuck it.
Kind Cat asks, what is the most outlandish situation you've been in? Whether it be interacting with someone or just series of events, something that made you think, is this even real?
I was in a bar at the UK. I was in the UK. I was in London, and I was at a bar, and I got a martini, and I was just sipping a martini, and some guy approaches me, and he's like, "Hello, you look like one of the Lost Boys. You wear leather jacket. You're one of the Lost Boys." I'm like, yeah, it's just something I wear. And he's like, "Oh, you got the long hair." He sits down next to me. So, what do you think about BDSM? The guy talked to me about his BDSM fetish for about 20 to 25 minutes. And I had to sit there and be like, oh, fuck yeah, man.
Good on you.
Good on ya. He was drunk off his fucking ass, but I was like what you like, man, respect to you. I mean, honestly, that was true, but Jesus Christ, I wasn't ready.
Do you think he was trying to, in a way, what are you laughing at, Kano? Do you think...
Was he hitting on you?
I was going to say, do you think he was trying
Invite
to, in
me
a way, to elicit, like...
Which way? Because he was the BDSM guy.
Was he the guy with the paddle? Or
No.
he was getting paddled?
He was, yeah. He told me he wore the get up and shit. He was like, yeah, I put it all on, and I'm like, what? I should have asked more questions, but frankly, I was shell shocked, and I was kind of drunk and didn't really know what the fuck was going on. but I had my own. Talk about surreal. If that's a conversation, I don't think I learned anything other than like this guy's like, yeah, get on all fours, you know. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
I
dude.
think he was waiting for you to be like,
hell yeah, man.
yeah, that was.
I'm in.
He was opening the gates, and he was a little shy.
Well,
He didn't want to just be like, oh, partake in this. He wanted He wanted to present it so that you be like, I could be that guy.
He really liked that I was American. He really liked that.
He must have seen Pulp Fiction.
I don't know. I thought it was fucking insane. And then, he like, we did a weird awkward handshake and he left and then he came back and we didn't. He's like, I don't think I said goodbye.
Okay, that actually, he definitely wanted you then.
Yeah.
That's a clear sign.
Double checking, man. Are you sure? I couldn't believe it.
Fun.
Yeah. I mean, I who knows if I would be here right now if I accepted his offer, whether he chopped me up into 17 different little pieces and killed me.
No, it's not. I think he wanted you to chop him up into 1,000
or
pieces.
that, and I'm arrested.
That's not something I necessarily think I'm into, but that's one where I understand.
Sure.
I understand
Go for it,
being
brother.
wrapped like a little cocoon and
Being kicked in the face.
being like tube fed, like my food through like
Wow, that's intense.
no mouth and I must scream type of like
Oh my
torturous
Christ.
like
Yeah, I get why people like that. I'm only going to use a metaphor for the most horrifying, fictitious story ever made.
It's about relinquishing control.
Yeah, becoming a...
I'm just so stressed with my everyday life, having to bills and
Yeah.
do my laundry, and it's nice to just be free of that.
Yeah. No, I
get that.
So beautiful.
I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. No, I like that. I agree.
But I'm not into the skin. See, you probably know this about me at this point. I don't like stuff on me.
Okay.
Like I don't like
Makeup.
sunscreen, makeup,
Yeah.
sweat. I'm not really the latex skin tight suffocatingness of it.
Yeah.
That really turns me off. I hate that.
I just
wanna
feel
be
like I couldn't
free.
breathe.
Yeah.
Because
I want to be free.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't like covers or even socks on my feet.
No,
or like
I know what you mean.
I want like my ideal carnal situation would be like a completely sterilized white room
Yes.
with like a soft floor and nothing else.
An insane asylum.
Yeah, I don't like grime. Austin Powers, where
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's who I talk to. I don't know. You never know.
Never mind. I was gonna get gross with it, but aren't they making a new Shrek? Mike Myers, right?
Shrek 5, yeah.
The 5? What?
I think, yeah, there's 5 of these fucking things now. Can you believe that?
Didn't he turn human?
Mike Myers? Yeah. No, he became an ogre again. I think
That's it.
I think that's
That's
it.
it. Do we have any announcements?
Oh. Well,
We're already at Anime Expo. We forgot to announce that last week.
are we still there?
We're there right now. As they're listening to this, if it's
Okay.
on Sunday,
Okay. Yeah, we're there right
And-
now.
hopefully having a great time.
Yep. I'm sure we are. I'm gonna say it now. We're having a great time. I have nothing to plug.
2 casualties, Los Angeles, California, on the July 4th weekend. Laughed each other to death, talking about food for some reason.
Oh my god, I forgot. We did that already.
And Cortana's big, fat cyber biddies swinging in Master Chief's face. No, not really. Just at this point, we're just happy to be doing the episodes
Yeah.
and
This is great. I'm happy to
having
I'm
a
just
fun
happy you're
time
doing
and
it.
having a life. Just experiencing stuff and talking about the live stuff here on the podcast. So just thanks for listening and watching, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I guess we now announce
Ah,
the best in jest, I imagine.
yes, it is finally time. If you didn't know, every week, the point of the show, as the title implies, we are trying to figure out who is, in fact, the best.
In jest.
And every week we have our producer Kane dub one of us the best in jest, and the loser gets
Pied.
Yeah. So this week, we'll leave it to you, Kane.
All right. I loved that story, Connor, where you met that BDSM fellow.
It's a good one.
And so
No way.
I was laughing because you guys were talking, but I had my mic muted, and in my head I imagined he's like, "Oh, you like BDSM?" And you're like, "No." And then it hard cuts and you're in his living room with like,
Wait, hold on. This is a hypothetical scenario of your own creation. I don't know if this should play a role in your decision.
I was dying. Well, okay. The best in jest for the best in jest episode 3 is Commander Connor.
Hold on here.
Unbelievable.
Let me just make one statement before this happens.
Okay.
Don't you think, in spirit of the BDSM story, that you should get pied? Because that's all about BDSM-y, don't you think?
Fuck are you trying to spin here? I never said I liked it.
You know what?
Go ahead.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I want to get pied. Do it then.
Well,
Do
now,
it.
Now I feel bad.
I want it. I want to get pied.
I don't want to. I don't want to
Do
pie
it.
you if you're doing shit like that. That
No.
makes me not want to pie you.
I don't want to get pied.
Please don't pie
Oh,
me.
God. Please don't pie me, mister.
How do you want to be pied? Any requests? I can do requests for you.
You can pie me however you want to pie me.
All right, I'm gonna do it slowly. Okay. There you go. There you go, buddy. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Oh, there you. Yep. I've got on your glasses and.
Thanks for watching The Best in Jest.
Hey, thanks for
Sweet.
watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.